Good morning. You are listening to 90.3 WMSC Upper Montclair, and it is currently 7:01 a.m. on Monday, January 22nd. I'm your host, Nino Donino.
And I am your co-host, Tanner Price. And today we got a lot of great stories for you. We got Florida Governor Ron DeSantis dropping out of the race and the race for who will be the vice president. So stay tuned for those stories.
We are also going to move on to our news update with Danny Ortiz. So, Danny, what's in the news?
Thank you, Nino. Good morning. I'm Daniel Ortiz, and this is WMSC News. For our top story, Ron DeSantis, governor of Florida, has decided to end his presidential primary campaign and has endorsed Trump in the process. In the early stages of the campaign, DeSantis had the lead over Trump in the primary polls, but in recent weeks, the numbers haven't looked well for DeSantis. This leaves the only two standing left for the primary are Donald Trump and Nikki Haley. More on this later. In national news, lead singer Mary Weiss of the famous 1960s pop group Shangri-Las has unfortunately passed away at the age of 75. Mary Weiss passed away on Friday in Palm Springs, California. As Rolling Stone reported first, no cause of death was given. Being an iconic group during the 60s, Weiss and the group were renowned for their tough demeanor that stood them out from any groups during the time. In New Jersey news, firefighters spun to action Sunday afternoon after an overwhelming overnight fire rekindled. The fire was revived at 2 p.m., 12 hours after the initial fire was snuffed out at Ray Place in Fairfield. Thankfully, the fire did not spread to the neighboring houses in the residential area, and there were no casualties, nor injuries. Now, onto the weather. Expect some early sun today before the clouds come in the late afternoon. High of 39 and with a low of 21. Stay warm today as best as you can. This has been WMSC News. Back to you, Nino.
Thank you so much, Danny. And now let's move on to the world of sports with James Grieg. So, what's up?
Good morning. My name is James Gregg, and this is your WMSC Sports Update. Starting off this morning's sports news, the NFC and AFC championships are set. The NFC championship will feature the Lions and the 49ers, both of whom finished the season with a 12-5 record. They also both decided their last playoff games by catching an interception in the final minutes to put the game away. The AFC championship will have the Lamar Jackson-led Ravens against the Patrick Mahomes-led Chiefs. The Ravens finished their season with a league-leading 13-4 record and have been proven a tough team to beat. Nevertheless, these exciting matchups will take place starting next Saturday. Sliding over to the NBA, a blockbuster midseason trade went down, sending Raptors star Pascal Siakam to the Pacers in exchange for Bruce Brown, Jordan Nwora, 2 first-round picks, and a second-round pick. Adding Siakam into the mix to complement superstar guard Tyrese Halliburton and lockdown center Miles Turner has suddenly made this already scary Pacers team even scarier. The Pacers have been seeking competitiveness since the Paul George era, and since Pascal is most likely a one-year rental, they will be looking to see just how far they can push through the playoffs with this squad. Rounding it off with some MLB offseason updates, the Astros bullpen gets a huge bolster with the addition of Hader. Houston nabbed the superstar closer for 5 years, handing him a $95 million contract and a no-trade clause. This is frightening for other teams because the Astros already have an all-star closer in Ryan Presley, meaning they now have a new very dangerous 1-2 punch in their bullpen. Over in the Bronx, the Yankees made one of their last offseason moves. After whiffing on Yoshinobu Yamamoto, the Yanks turned to Cubs all-star Marcus Stroman. While Stroman has been a very reliable pitcher throughout his career, he doesn't come without some baggage. Stroman is no stranger to off-the-field drama, and it will be interesting to see if he will thrive or collapse in the stressful New York setting. Finishing off this morning's sports news, some score updates from our local teams. The Nets lost to the Clippers 125-114. The Knicks beat the Raptors 126-100. The Devils lost to the Stars 6-2, and the Rangers beat the Ducks 5-2. As for Red Hawk updates, the women's basketball team is 7-11, and the men's basketball team is 12-6. My name is James Gregg, and this has been your WMSC Sports Update.
Sounds good. All right, guys, let's jump into our first story of the morning. Florida Governor Ron DeSantis dropping out of the presidential race. As of yesterday afternoon, the strongest Republican candidate, aside from former President Donald Trump, Ron DeSantis, announced that he is no longer running for president. After DeSantis' 30-point loss to Trump in the Iowa caucus last week, Ron stated, "Trump is superior to the current incumbent. Joe Biden, that is clear. I signed a pledge to support the Republican nominee, and I will honor that pledge. He has my endorsement because we can't go back to the old Republican guard of yesteryear. DeSantis seemed to be on edge this past weekend as he constantly flew back and forth between New Hampshire and South Carolina with little notice, postponing events and canceling his appearances on political morning shows yesterday. Ron's endorsement of Trump was short and punctual, explaining that he had all the votes and that was that. This seems to be more of a move to unite the party behind Trump rather than a quick move in hopes for the vice president nominee. In the election, we saw Trump mock DeSantis' facial expressions, footwear, and constantly degrading his image. After Ron stepping down, this left South Carolina's Nikki Haley as Trump's final opponent in the race for the 2024 Republican nominee. This is a move that I was not expecting. To be honest, I was really surprised.
Yeah, I was expecting these to be the final two, and DeSantis was at least going to take it to kind of like the primaries. That's what I thought was going to happen. I knew it was probably going to be these two, but Nikki Haley is still here. She's the last person in Trump's way of securing the nomination. But Trump's win in Iowa last week, kind of Nikki Haley, the time might be a little short. She might be that, like, her announcement might be soon following. Of course she can take it to wherever and get that go to the last day almost, like with the last battle of Trump. But
I mean, I really hope she doesn't. I mean, not that I care, but I really hope that she doesn't step down now because I mean, I don't like when they kind of just give it to someone like the Republican nominee. That's kind of a huge deal. And I was super shocked. I was driving on Route 80 when this news broke out, and the person that was in my passenger seat goes, "Yo, they said to me, yo, did you see that Ron DeSantis like dropped out of the presidential race?" And I didn't believe them. I was like, "You're reading that wrong. Like, read it again." Like, and I made them do it 3 times, and I was like, he came in second place in the caucus. He is not. I don't think that he has a chance at getting Trump's vice president nominee.
No.
So I mean, I wonder why he did it. Probably just to save money if he knows he's not going to win. I mean, Trump is kind of the obvious candidate right now. He is most likely going to win the Republican front runner. And
I think also it was in this article where it said it's kind of to unite the party, because it had kind of been a lot of supporters from Florida were supporting DeSantis, and I think he said he wants the country to be in the hands of a Republican, and he's not gonna really get in a way or get to a point, because I thought this was a scenario that could happen where they go neck and neck, Trump and DeSantis, and then when it gets to election day, people will be like some of DeSantis' supporters will be like, well, I don't like Trump, so I'm not voting for him, and then vote for Biden or somebody else. But he's trying to unite. He's trying to get the party together, and
which is a nice. I mean, this is the nicest thing I've seen in politics so far. The fact that he's stepping down because he knows that he's not going to win, and he's kind of uniting the party. I mean, that's a strong thing.
He'll probably also make runs in the future.
Yeah, I'm sure he'll run in 2028. A lot of Republicans do not like Nikki Haley. They consider her a Democrat, like wearing like Republican clothing, which is like, why wouldn't they say that? So I mean, I don't see her as much of a threat to Donald Trump. But at least, I mean, she'll give him a race. Who knows? And then speaking of, tell us a little bit about the vice president nominee before we jump into that.
So the race for vice president, effectively could be on, with the heavy hitters of the Republican side stepping down, like DeSantis, from their runs for president. The focus has shifted to who will run alongside former President Trump. At an event in New Hampshire, New York Representative Elise Stefanik was met with the 2 words every politician might love or dread: VP, VP, VP. While not officially the Republican nominee, former President Trump is expected to be the Republican choice after his important win in the Iowa caucus and Ron DeSantis stepping down. As we've talked about, Nikki Haley is the only person who stands in the way. Trump had run with Mike Pence in his first 2 attempts at the presidency, but Trump turned on Pence late into their run as president and vice president. With a seemingly open vice president slot, candidates are expected to audition for the spot next to Trump.
I don't know. I mean, there have been some private discussions happening. Apparently, DeSantis's allies said that that conversation's happening. I will literally put my money where my mouth is. I really doubt that's gonna be the case. I don't think we're gonna see that,
because it wouldn't be, I guess, like Trump to publicly go out, bash somebody, and then be like, that was all just a joke.
No, you're right. He
Because
doesn't-
that because then that could be used as something against him.
Yeah.
When he's running for president, saying, yeah, you backed up on words that you said when someone supported you, you stopped going after them.
No, you're right. He doesn't. He does not typically go back on his word. I
Yeah.
mean, during his presidency, when he started bashing Mike Pence like halfway through his presidency, and then we had to sit and watch for a year and a half of them hating each other. It was like, well, he's not coming back.
Yeah.
There we've seen some private talks come out. We've seen Trump has called some of his friends, like probably a list of his friends. And I saw this interview that came out, and the guy said, "Oh, Trump called me and asked about his vice presidency." And the guy suggested Vivek because he's a young buck. He's what, 30, 36, 39 years old. He's pretty young. He has strong beliefs that he can back Trump up on, and Trump can back him up on. And then when Trump's final 4 years are done, Vivek will be in office for 8 years because he's young. He'll get a lot of voters from the minority votes and from the young voters.
Mhm.
And he is kind of just an all-around a cool guy. He's 38 years old. So people are saying that they'll choose him. And I think if Trump chooses Vivek as his vice president, then that will cause some turmoil on the Democratic side. Because,
I do too.
you know, we're all kids here, but, you know, would you rather old Biden, or would you rather at least have some sort of young vice president in the chair? You know what I mean? You take it like, yeah, you know, a lot of young Democrats might see it as, I'm going to bite the bullet because Trump's going to be my president, but at least I'll have a 38-year-old vice president.
Right.
I don't know if too many people would. I think we're kind of at a point in this where, like, you already kind of know your vote, and there's just like a little small part of the country that's going to decide almost the entire election.
Yeah.
That is kind of like,
It's
which
crazy.
that's a question that can be raised, but
Mhm.
I'd like to see where Trump goes with his nomination.
I mean, it's going to be crazy. A lot of people in this country do not like Ron DeSantis. I mean, he's
Yeah.
done a lot
Yeah.
of questionable things for
Yes.
our generation, at least in the past, year or two. So, I mean, throwing him in the mix, like, I feel like that would throw a lot of people off. How do you guys feel?
No, I absolutely agree. I feel like Vivek is the more wise choice for Trump, absolutely. Because if he, let's say, the future is that he picks up DeSantis, it'll put a lot of like the younger generation against him.
Yeah.
For many different aspects. So yeah, I think that's the best choice you can make at this moment.
Yeah, I mean, like, I think it definitely is. To piggyback off what you guys were saying, even if it's just half of who's in office, or just like one person that we can somewhat relate to in age, or that's not within like 80 years of us, like, it would make a difference for especially younger voters, just to see somebody at least that we could partially relate to.
Yeah, I mean, who knows? We'll see this. I'm sure the story will unfold hour by hour until next November. So we'll be all over that. And sticking with politics, Democrats believe abortion will motivate enough voters in 2024. Republican presidential frontrunner Donald Trump recently claims to be proud at having a hand in overturning Roe v. Wade and the abortion protections enshrined in it. Democrats are seeing this as fuel to get their voters on and in the polls for them. Julie Chavez Rodriguez, Biden's campaign manager, says a vote for Joe Biden and Kamala Harris is a vote to restore Roe, and a vote for Donald Trump is a vote to ban abortion across the country. These are the stakes in 2024. The Biden campaign is launching a nationwide political push this coming week, centered on today's 51st anniversary of the 1973 decision that codified abortion rights. Vice President Kamala Harris, the administration's chief messenger on this, will hold the first event today in Wisconsin. This is one of those core beliefs that Democrats hold that most of the time do bring the people to the polls. You know what I mean? This is one of those pillars that will make a Republican vote Democrat and vice versa. You know what I mean? So who knows? The fact that Roe v. Wade was overturned is certainly going to help the Democratic Party. Obviously, like, it's terrible. Like, I'm not gonna sit here and be like, this is a great thing that happened. But these, in the way that I see politics, nothing would get done if everyone did what they said they were going to do, right? Like, they wouldn't make money. It would help us out a lot, but it wouldn't make them money. So now that the Democrats have this as fuel, saying like, we need to vote Democrats so we can restore this, that's fuel for them. Whereas, for the past couple of years, the Republicans used it as fuel because we need to overturn it. That's what they said, and that's how they made their money.
Yeah, and Democrats, they're going to go in 2024 with saying with these abortion rights and just kind of rights across America. Whether I think a huge point in these elections will be are like LGBTQ rights on the table. Are those on the table if Trump wins? Is he gonna go back on things years ago, and will that be on the ballot? Because it very well could be, and I would not be shocked. And that's just going to be one of these things, and this is just another one. These are both huge pillars on what they're going to run on, and what might get, as you said, a Democrat to vote Republican and a Republican to vote Democrat, or somewhere in the middle too.
Yeah, no, I agree 100%. I think it's when the Roe versus Wade got overturned, you saw how impactful it was on social media, and everybody was coming out to voice their, their opinion and their thoughts on it. And I feel like that's important because we usually aren't capable of having those discussions. So when stuff like that happens, we're able to come together and kind of like assess how can we move forward, not divide each other, but like as a community, like what solutions do we want to look for? And that's always like the biggest um thing for Republicans and Democrats is kind of finding the solution for stuff like abortion rights. So
Who knows? In terms of politics, you could hear all that and more right here on the Morning Buzz. But as for right now, we'll be right back after this short break.
Getting the I really have no idea if you would call it something wrong with their mental, but like some people just place such an emphasis on wanting to be with the celebrity in a way that seems normal, but like it's just slowly like builds up, like you said with John Lennon, and like, but it starts off really small. Like you would try and get you would comment on their post on social media, and they would like comment back and or like the comment, and they'd be like, "Oh my God, they like my comment," and then it spirals and out of control.
They know who I am.
That's where it starts.
It's not. It's just.
It's crazy.
It's just that.
It's really interesting.
I'm sorry to break it to you. I'm sorry to break it to anyone listening out there. If that was like a huge artist, that is probably their social team.
Exactly.
That is not them.
100%.
That's
They do not use that Instagram account.
That's a rude
They have
awakening.
a burner.
Yeah.
That's a rude awakening.
A
burner.
They do.
It's true, Chris, what you said. It's that parasocial relationships that fans develop with like the artists they idolize. They don't understand. Well, certain people like don't understand like the whole idea of boundaries. Like let's forget the fact that, let's say it was just a regular person. Wouldn't the average person have some sort of idea of common sense or boundaries with the other person? But for some reason, when it comes to idols, that it kind of like disappears in their mind for some reason. It's unfortunate.
Some people see these people as like almost like a god.
Yeah.
And they're gonna be like, well, I'm gonna go outside this person's house, which to them
seems normal.
Seems normal.
Yeah.
It's not really.
Scary stuff.
It is scary stuff. Who knows? You know what else is scary?
What?
Throw your seatbelts on, guys, because get ready for a trippy ride. New Jersey is lining up to be the third state in the U.S. to decriminalize and legalize magic mushrooms. Lawmakers of New Jersey have introduced a bill that would allow the production and selling of products with the key chemical psilocybin. This would allow people to grow and sell the mushrooms. The goal is for people to use it to help their health and wellness. Several cities already have the drug legalized, such as Denver, Seattle, and Detroit. These magic mushrooms are apparently successful as uses for treatment for anxiety, PTSD, depression, and surprisingly, alcoholism. If the bill passes, it would allow anyone over 21 years of age the use of mushrooms for medical or recreational use. I don't know if the cure for alcohol, I don't know if that's a valid point. I was writing that last night, and then it hit me just now. I feel like you're just taking one addiction and substituting it for another, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
You go from drinking the mushrooms. That's bad. It's not better.
Yeah. It's very true.
I mean, I don't know. What do you?
This is very. I didn't even know that this was the case. I didn't even know that people were legalizing the use of
Me neither. Yeah, I've never heard
mushrooms.
about this
I did not know that.
Really?
I mean, it only says that Denver, Seattle, Detroit. That there's other, but they have not. That this is a small thing, at least now in the US, and I think that it will be decriminalized more across the country. And one thing that I want to see with this, we saw it with people with marijuana usage. I want there's people that are in jail that were caught with these mushrooms.
Yeah.
That are probably in New Jersey jails.
What happens to them?
What happens to them?
Yeah.
I know that's a big thing when people talk about like
Decriminalization.
marijuana.
Yeah.
I was gonna say it's the same thing that happened with marijuana. Like there's people in jail for them charges.
Yeah. And they don't
And then
they are still in jail. There's nothing is done to get them.
Just to play devil's advocate,
Mhm.
you know, even though I'm 100% right.
Mhm.
Biden actually recently, I want to say last month, I'm pretty sure it was last month, pardoned anyone with like marijuana charges, with
Good.
like
Wow.
simple like marijuana charges. Not like, can't be like a drug lord and get
Of
out,
course.
but like a bunch of people got out of prison last month because of it. Did it take too long? Who knows?
You're right.
I would think that
No.
the same thing would probably happen if they did that then.
Yeah,
Depending on, well, I mean, the weed thing was like it was like a countrywide. How many states is legal in now?
I don't know, a lot.
Yeah.
yeah,
know
a-
that
I know.
I think the fact that it kind of caught on
Yeah.
in a bunch of states, like here we're talking pretty small scale. What, like
Yeah.
you said, 3 states? Yeah.
Yeah,
So-
I agree. I think, you know, I it's always like this because with the process of decriminalizing and legalizing something, it's always that double
Double-edged sword.
that double standard. Yeah, exactly, both. Because it's like in my mind right now, like weed's one thing, but mushrooms that's wild.
Yeah.
Legalizing that is wild.
Right.
But then guess what? In 2 years, when we're decriminalizing and legalizing LSD, we'll be saying the same thing. Like mushrooms, weed, I get it. LSD, crazy. And then in 4 years, we'll be like, mushrooms, weed, LSD, I get it. Like this is crazy. Like it's
Yeah.
I'm sure we won't be surprised by this in 2 years. I'm sure it's gonna be normal.
I'm interested in seeing the research behind this one specifically because
You haven't seen it?
no, I'm just learning about this right now.
Yeah, no,
Actually,
I've never heard about the decriminalization of this.
Yeah.
before.
You haven't?
No, but I mean,
Yeah.
having this, if it's a treatment for anxiety, PTSD, and depression, that is good, and that's what it should be. It should be used for. But this is wild.
Don't do it. Don't do it. Don't do it.
Speaking of going on rides, the MTA has installed platform barriers at the 191st Street station. In an attempt to improve subway safety, the MTA added yellow platform barriers to the sides of the platforms. 191st Street was the first of 4 stations to receive the safety barriers. MTA Chair and CEO Jono Lieber said, quote, "This is about finding creative ways to improve safety, a hearty pat on the back to New York City transit professionals who found a practical way to jumpstart the feeling and reality of safety in the subway system," end quote. The barriers are located on the platform edge adjacent to the yellow warning strip. They're specifically designed to not interfere with the subway doors. It's critical that we find ways to reduce the number of riders who are pushed onto subway tracks. Quote from Manhattan Borough President Mark Levine. Instances of people being pushed onto the tracks has caused a certain fear of the subway, and here's an effort being made to provide safety on the subway systems. I know me personally, I've been on the subway multiple times in the last year, and most of the time it's not. I feel like this leads to a lot of people. This leads to a lot of the subways stories of
the subway do lead
let me
people
rephrase.
to places.
Let me rephrase. Stories of people being pushed onto the subway tracks and the subway not being this stuff like this. People do not feel safe to go around New York City on subway, even when it is more convenient.
No, it was fine.
I've actually ran into a video of people getting into a fight around the subway tracks, and it was New York. I don't remember how long ago this was, but I would assume that wasn't an isolated incident if this is
Yeah,
being
Oh, it's-
but I know
that's
subways.
too common.
but this is being done to provide safety on the subway because I've had my subway incidents.
What do you mean? What do you mean you've had your subway?
On
incidents?
They
on
made your
Thanksgiving-
sandwich wrong.
No, on Thanksgiving Day of 2018, my life was threatened.
Are you
And
serious?
No,
Oh
some
my
guy was just
God.
like, "If you look at me again, I'm gonna kill you."
What?
I was like 15. Luckily, there was like a state trooper.
What?
There was a state trooper like next to me, and he kind of just was just like, "Okay, man, I don't know. I was just watching the parade, and then that happened."
Did you look at him again?
No,
Oh.
I turned around, and looked at my phone. And home and had Thanksgiving.
Yeah, I tested him.
Yeah, right.
Kept them on edge.
See if he stood on
Um,
business.
He didn't. No, but what's it called? I mean, these platform barriers literally exist in like every other subway environment besides like the metro New York, like besides Manhattan, pretty much.
Right.
Any other subway, like in Europe, it's like it's so common. That's just like the norm, and I don't even understand. Like,
Because the US is afraid of public transit for some reason. Like, do you know how like
oh, and for some reason-
sophisticated everything in like Europe and stuff?
Yeah.
All
Yeah.
their public transit is so intricate and
Yes.
very developed, and they send a lot of money to it. And then like you take a trip over here and it's all like 10% of what it
It's,
would
like,
be over there.
scary,
Yeah.
like, broken down.
Yeah.
and they're trying.
And it's not clean and like
We've had 2 subway derailments last month.
Well, because if you promote public transportation in the States, there will be a huge decline in consumerism with like vehicles, right? And buying
Yeah.
cars and all that. So
Because of-
don't say that like it's a bad
and
thing.
but like
no, I mean that's
Because a lot of these places, you could get around in not public. You can walk if
Yeah.
you want to, which New York and stuff. Listen, you could only go so far walking.
Yeah.
It's a massive city. That's where there's so many subways go in so many different directions that it will end up like that. But it is good to see that they are getting something done.
Yeah.
To try at least to provide a feeling of safety, even if there's no safety actually improving. But it's good to see that they're trying to at least improve the feeling.
You know, I respect this, right? But then at the same time, there are 472 subway stations in New York alone.
wow.
So that means we have 471 to go. Like this is a move in the right direction.
Yeah.
A very small move in the right direction.
Yes.
I mean, we have to, in my like strictly in my opinion, this should be normalized. This should be, you know, I mean, it's always been ridiculous to me. It's always been scary to me that there are no platforms. You cannot trust anyone, especially
Yeah.
there. People are like,
Just stand in the middle.
yeah, they're crackheads. I mean, you gotta be careful. I literally like my sister lives in Manhattan. She goes to school at Fordham, so like I'll go there a couple times a semester, and like we'll go see a show, and she'll be like, "Oh, let's just take the subway," and I'll be like, "I will pay for the taxi." I don't want to. No, I'm not doing that. I don't want to trip because my shoelace is untied and die. Like, let's just put like a door there or something. Let's like, I don't know. Let's do something that every other country does.
Yeah.
Let's just do that. Right?
Yeah.
I've actually never had a bad experience on the subway. And granted, I feel like you guys might have been around the city. Where are you guys from? Like, I'm from down south, so like I rarely ever go up north to the
Down
city.
south.
But
South Jersey?
yeah, like
Oh,
South
so
Jersey.
down south.
Down south, South Jersey. But like I've been to the city a lot, and like you guys are making the subway seem a lot scarier than I've experienced it. That's a little
How many
that's
times have you been on the
interesting to
subway?
think about it.
I was gonna say I used to go to the city a lot like 2 summers ago because I was doing a lot of acting work and like being extras. So I used to take the subway a lot. The more times you go, you're bound to see something
Something,
once,
yeah.
man.
You're bound to.
Yeah.
The last time I'd rode the subway and like this was like this was Black Friday actually. I was in New York and there was
You went on the subway on Black Friday?
yeah.
You're asking for it. Nah.
No, and I walked
That's
through the
crazy.
thing and there was just this guy just like he was just yelling at people. Okay. I'm like
Right. I mean, why? Like, come on. That's not okay. That's not normal.
Yeah, right.
Why is it
it's not
normal? Who knows? I don't
So,
know.
you know what they could do to improve subway safety? Make it not like 700 degrees in the station.
No bathrooms down there.
Yeah.
That
Like the station. I was at one. It was like a 90-degree day, going to a Mets Yankees game. It was like it felt like 200 in the.
Mistake number one.
Well, yeah, it was a this year Mets Yankees game, and we know how bad those teams were.
You took the subway to the Subway series and thought it'd be
Yeah.
okay.
Well, that's what you're supposed to do. Is
Yeah.
to park outside Yankee Stadium. There's no parking. There's no parking.
Some guy will park their car for you, I'm sure.
That's true.
You know what? No, wait, no, wait. You know what I think they need to do to make the subway safer?
What?
I think they need to add more of like a prerequisite, maybe fill out a financial aid application, because just when you think you're done, right here in New Jersey, we're adding one more graduation requirement for all high school students in the state. Governor Murphy signed a law that makes any graduating student of any public or charter school required to fill out a financial aid application, such as the FAFSA. This bill is going into effect for current 11th graders, and the only way out of it is if they get a waiver signed. Murphy said in the statement, there are many state and federal resources available to graduating high school students to help make a college education more affordable. Without filling out important applications, students could unknowingly be leaving money on the table that could have enabled them to pursue higher education. More than a third of last year's graduating class in New Jersey failed to file the FAFSA forms, state officials said. Students left behind $92 million in federal Pell Grants alone because they did not fill out the FAFSA. According to the National College Attainment Network, through the New Jersey College Promise program, the state offers many ways for students with family incomes under $100,000 can attend community college tuition free or at a reduced rate, and finish a 4-year degree at various state universities, such as Montclair State, through the Garden State Guarantee. According to the state, students who fill out the FAFSA are more likely to attend and graduate college. At least a dozen states already require students to fill out the form before graduating. Louisiana is the first in 2018, followed by Texas, Illinois, California, Alabama, Colorado, New Hampshire, Maryland, Indiana, Oklahoma, Nebraska, and of course, Connecticut. $92 million is no joke. That's a lot of money
Yeah, absolutely.
left on the table.
I
They didn't
want
want it. I'll
92
take it.
Yeah.
I want $92 million. That
Yeah.
sounds like a lot of money for my college education.
You know what? It was kind of astonishing to me because throughout the whole college process, the whole getting into college process, if it weren't for my older sister Alyssa, I hate to like applaud her and thank her for anything in this world. But if it weren't for her, like I don't know if I'd be here, guys. Like
Right.
like they didn't tell us anything, and I didn't go to an underfunded school or anything. They just like didn't. No, I'm like hating on my hometown. Well, what the heck? They didn't. Like I literally did not know about the FAFSA. They just said like the good teachers were like, oh yeah, make sure you do this, and then that was it.
That was it.
You know, I mean, I wouldn't have done it. And then Alyssa was like, guess what we're doing today? Like you're doing it.
Yeah.
She also helped me. She did it. She helped me write my my college entrance essay. Would you believe that?
Are you
Oh
serious?
yeah, she did
You
that.
did?
Yeah. I mean, like, there's so many things that, like, I feel like people don't know about. Like, a third of students is nuts.
Yeah.
A
It's
lot.
it's a large percentage. I don't see any downside to doing this. Yeah.
No.
I-
So,
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think it's good that students be made aware because I think a lot of students, they just don't know.
Yeah.
They just don't know that they have this money that could be available for them. I mean, there is so many scholarships out there. You could probably get a scholarship like you could get a scholarship if you had dyed bleach hair, glasses, and a beard.
You're
Eh.
absolutely right. Oh, wait. Are you talking about me?
Yeah.
What's
Well,
it called? No, I mean,
Table.
and you know the best thing about Montclair State University is that I feel like they're so helpful. Like, Scholarship Universe. If you don't know what Scholarship Universe is,
Mhm.
Montclair bought out a
I
website,
live there.
and it's like, yeah, me too. And it's like a search engine for scholarships that we as like Montclair students have full access to. Like, you literally just go on it and like click apply. It's so simple.
Well, I guess I got some time to kill today.
Scholarship Universe always finds its way into any conversation about whatever I have on this radio station somehow. Like we could be having a
I've never heard of it before. Right now,
Heard of what?
Scholarship
Scholarship
Universe.
See, like I mean, I don't know.
That's what I'm saying. It just keeps reappearing.
I'm interested though to know if it will still be a requirement for like high school kids graduating who don't plan on going to college.
Okay.
They
I-
they
no,
said
no,
that it
but-
could be waived.
Yeah, but
That's
at the same
anything,
time,
so-
it's pretty easy to fill the FAFSA out, right? And then a lot of reason why kids don't go to college is because everyone's ingrained with, oh, it's so
It's so
expensive.
much money.
They're and like the people that are thinking that, those are the people whose parents don't make over 100K.
Right.
Like if you show someone like everyone thinks like, oh, I don't want to go to to school and get $100,000 in debt. You can leave Montclair with $8,000 in debt, which is not it's nothing.
It's a lot more manageable than 100K.
Yeah,
for
I mean, like, look, I can get you 8K in a year. I don't know about 100K in a year.
sure.
There are just so many scholarships that Montclair has to offer. As of right now, we have a couple. We have the Dean's Scholar / Artist Award, which is eligibility graduating senior with a major in the College of the Arts, demonstrated achievement in field of study with a GPA of 3.85 or above. You can find that in your email. The CART Advisory Board Scholarship and Talent Award. The eligibility for that is full-time enrolled undergrads carrying at least 12 credits with a major in the College of the Arts. Be at least a first semester junior this spring with a minimum of 64 credits. We also have the Gene Wade Henningberg Scholarship, and the eligibility for that is prospective or currently enrolled African American student, full-time undergrad carrying at least 12 credits, majoring in music, dance, or theater, with a GPA of at least 3.0 or 2.5 if you're good enough. We also have the Cento Amici Scholarship, and the eligibility for that is enrolled four-time undergrad students from any College of the Arts department with a GPA of 3.0 or above. We also have the Ellen Kaufman Travel Award, and the eligibility for that is enrolled undergrad student majoring in a program offered by the School of Common Media. That's us. And the Department of Theater or Dance with a GPA of 3.0 or higher. I don't know if I can deliver on that. And then there's also a lot more scholarships that people don't know about. I mean, I cannot deliver on that. I don't have a 3.0. But no, but I'm the host of the buzz. Hey. There's just
Nicole does not look happy.
She's not happy. There's just so much. There's so much money on the table.
Yeah, if you're interested, please check it out. If you're interested.
If you're
Yeah,
interested.
check it out if you're interested. No, read your emails. And I mispronounced Amici. Sorry. And with that, I mean, I don't know. Should we just jump in, right, Chris?
Wait,
I don't
we're
know.
gonna jump right in. All
No,
right,
no, we're not.
are we?
We're not. No,
We're not.
no. Nicole's upset. Nicole's upset.
Should talk to Nino about his GPA.
Nicole's upset. I'm gonna. Yeah,
We're gonna talk to Nino.
Best GPA, yeah.
We'll be right back in just a second. I have to reevaluate the core beliefs.
My name is Chris Alberico, and I'll be your source for all music news this winter 2024 semester. So first up for WMSC Music, tomorrow, Tuesday, January 23rd, music director Emil and music librarian Gwen will be hosting the first Tunes on Tuesday of the semester. Tunes is our weekly show where members of the music team here at WMSC, including yours truly, come to talk all things music in an hour-long round table discussion. This week, we'll be talking about our favorite releases from the winter break hiatus. So tune in tomorrow at 6 p.m. to listen right here on 90.3 WMSC Upper Montclair. Next up is our other weekly music show that we have here, WMSC Unplugged, which is our live show every Thursday at 6 p.m. Sorry, 7 p.m., I believe. I will have more information on that next Monday here on the Buzz because unfortunately we will not be having an Unplugged this week. Since we are an alt-rock station, I'll be checking the charts every week to segue into our music news. So, at number 10, we have Nothing Matters by The Last Dinner Party. At number 9, we have About You by the 1975. Number 8 is Landmines by Sum 41. Number 7 is Daylight by David Kushner. Number 6, Modern Girl by Bleachers. Number 5 is We Didn't Start the Fire by Fall Out Boy. Number 4, we have Run Away With Me by Cold War Kids. And now for the top 3. Number 3, we have Loving You by Cannons. Number 2 is American Dream Is Killing Me by Green Day. And number 1 is One More Time by Blink-182. And now for general music news. Speaking of Green Day, it's been a huge past couple weeks for pop punk and alt rock. Green Day just released their latest studio album titled Saviors. It's been 4 years since their previous one. On the topic of pop punk, a up-and-coming pop punk group called Neck Deep just released their latest self-titled project. And for fans of the genre, this is definitely one to give a listen. I thought it was pretty good, but it's definitely if you think that pop punk is your cup of tea, definitely it's worth a shot. In the alt rock realm, Cage the Elephant, 2010 sensation, who have been completely ghosts for the last 5 years, just released their latest single called Neon Pill. And it's definitely safe to say they have an album in the pipeline. And now venturing out of the world of alt rock, we've had a solid number of releases in the rap and R&B sphere. Kid Cudi and 21 Savage are fighting for Billboard charts with their new albums Insano and American Dream, respectively. And in the realm of pop, Ariana Grande is finally back after 3 years of just complete radio silence in the music industry. She is beginning her rollout for her new album, Eternal Sunshine, set to release in March of this year. In terms of New Music Friday this week, January 26th, we have not much. However, Tom York of Radiohead, along with Johnny Greenwood, their lead guitar of Radiohead, with a new drummer named Tom Skinner, have been continued to make music under a new band called The Smile. And their new studio album is set to release January 26th. It is called Wall of Eyes. And on the horizon, with releases with no confirmed release dates, R&B superstar The Weeknd has teased the final album in his After Hours trilogy. Singer-songwriter Lana Del Rey has posted a snippet on her Instagram of a new single, and rapper Playboi Carti, who's known for frustratingly complicated album releases, has been teasing singles on his socials all week leading up to an inevitable album. So
All right, I will see that album when my kid is home.
I do. Is it coming? Is it coming?
Dude.
I hope it doesn't.
You hope it does. You're not a fan?
Hate Playboy Cardi.
You don't like
Really?
his look. Yeah.
It's the first of the month.
Look, I am all for art, right? I did theater in high school. I was in chorus for like 2-3 years. I was in band for 4 years. Like, I get it. Like,
Don't think you're special.
no, I'm just saying, like, I like no. This is a preliminary for what I'm about to say.
I know.
What he makes is not music, right? And like,
Wow.
oh, music is music, art is art. Yeah, I'm with that.
Art
but
is
his music
subjective,
trash.
Nino.
Yeah, and I'm objective. Sorry, buddy. Like, his music is terrible.
Someone who's never listened to Dial-It.
Exactly.
I've listened.
Exactly.
I performed that album cover so many times.
But I have seen you gone on record saying that Insano is better.
You know, it's better than American Dream.
No, it's not. I could not agree with that
Yes, you
in
can, dude.
a million years.
21's new album is terrible.
It's
It's
great.
horrible. It's
It's
horrible.
great. It's
I-
so good.
Kid Cudi's new album
And
is
Kid
so
Cudi's-
much better.
Wait, when did it drop?
The
Like,
same
like,
day,
this past
last
Friday.
week.
I'm so
Yeah.
behind.
You should.
I'll take a peep.
You know,
It's good.
I didn't even know Neon P like Cage the Elephant came out with a new song. That's so behind
Yeah,
him.
no, Cage the Elephant. I think that they're cooking something up. 'Cause
Let's go.
when they drop singles, it always leads to, I mean, like, usually most artists will have an album coming relatively soon once they start rolling out singles, but
Yeah.
Yeah.
with Cage the Elephant, it's not usually that long from, I mean,
Yeah, 5 years.
I have a really important question. What drops first? Cage the Elephant album, Playboi Carti, or the Kanye
or
album?
Kanye. I
That's
didn't
been
want to
like-
include Kanye because of the controversy.
Yeah.
no, it's
However,
No, he has the the
Kanye-
40-minute apology video that he's gonna put out.
yeah.
is that real?
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah, he recorded a
40-minute apology is
video.
real.
Yeah,
Remember, he watched 21 Jump Street.
and he's
So-
going to release his 40-minute apology, and you can listen to that right here on the Morning Buzz. All 40 minutes.
If you want. If you want.
We'll be commentating.
But
His tears are flowing.
What if? Oh my god!
I'm
What if
sorry.
the album is the apology?
No,
really hope
because
it's
I thought that's what you guys
the
were alluding
album,
to.
the album is already finalized.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, we think it's finalized because
sorry for being
This
Westy.
That gets stuck in my head
Look.
too much.
Oddly enough, this past Friday when Cudi dropped, 21 Savage dropped, and even Lil Nas X dropped a song.
oh,
It-
Jake
it-
Rice.
I don't want to talk about it too much. No, we can talk about it actually.
Yeah,
It was-
if we
it
can
was-
talk about Kanye, we
we
can
can
talk
talk
about
about
Jake
it.
Rice.
Nah, I saw that album cover. That is
Horrific, right?
insane.
No, but it's the worst part is that was the best song to drop on that day.
It was a
That
good
song
song.
is
It was a
I have
good
to listen
song.
to
I
it
haven't
too.
listened to it, but I will.
I
Listen
am a
to it.
fan of Lil Nas X.
Me too.
He is. There's
Great
something that goes in his music.
Him and
It just-
Playboy need to make a song.
No,
No,
I don't
no,
think I wouldn't. I don't think that would mix.
Dude, Playboy
honestly.
Cardi is. You guys really like him?
Yes.
Yes.
Really? Do you like Playboy Cardi?
Really.
No?
We got.
No, I just think like sometimes I guess you could like vibe with it, but it's
Yeah.
not like music. He just like ad libs to a beat for like 2 minutes and then just like, yeah, that's good enough.
And it's heat.
This-
I-
2 minutes of fire.
When I went to Rolling Loud,
Oh, you went to Rolling
I went
Loud.
to Rolling Loud my freshman year in the fall.
Oh, was that when a whole
Mhm.
lot of Red first came out?
Yeah. And at the
Dude,
same
that's
time,
insane.
at the end of the night, J. Cole was performing at the same time Playboy Cardi was performing.
Mm.
And I'm a big J. Cole fan. I remember being in the crowd of like the J. Cole fans. It was like downpouring sideways, and I look over my shoulder to the left, and I see red lasers and smoke and
Yeah.
like noise, not music, noise coming from Cardi's stage. And I was like, it looked like HE double hockey sticks over there, if you get what I'm saying. It
That's
didn't, like,
that's the thing.
looked
though.
evil. It looked
It's-
scary. Like,
That's because it's sometimes. I mean,
It
like
looks-
there's
Sorry.
because I like to think like there's music and then there's like music.
Mm.
Like sometimes
What?
sometimes artists make music strictly for the vibe. Like
yes, that's
like
exactly what I was
crap.
gonna say.
you know what I call
Crap
that? I call
is-
that good production.
Yes,
The beats are
but
good.
yes, but I mean,
no, I
Talk, Chris. Let's go rambling.
I
Because-
just have a point that I want to make.
please, I want to hear your point.
Listen, for
listening.
what you've said about this Playboy Cardi performance, his music doesn't really warrant that.
It does.
To
Have
look-
you
to
listened
look
to
like-
his newest
I
album?
feel like a whole lot of
Feels
Red does
like
absolutely.
A whole lot of Red,
Hockey stick.
1000%.
It's just him going like like
No,
it's not
because he gets
it's not
so
like it-
what he
like,
does is he like over what is the word I'm looking for? Overblows. Like he really accentuates the production because he gets his producer to play guitar over his beats.
That's pretty sick.
And so it sounds a lot more like HE double hockey stick. Like if you listen to his live set, you'll understand.
I'm just not.
How much of Playboy Cardi have you guys listened to?
Woke up like this, and what's that one song with him and Uzi?
Magnolia. Magnolia. Oh.
Oh, that's a dope one. You don't like that
No,
one?
I love that.
Yeah.
So you
That whole
do like
album?
Cardi.
I
Yeah.
like one song by him. I don't like.
No,
So
so
you do
that
like
one is
Cardi.
from Dial It, and I feel like that
is from Dial It.
is the best album he has made yet.
I agree.
I feel
I agree
bad
with
for him.
Danny Cammy.
It's not that, Hey, you know what? At the end of the day, he's a millionaire. And I'm not. So, and at the end of the day, we can all agree on one thing. We're all looking forward to that Cage the Elephant album. So this is Cold, Cold, Cold by Cage the Elephant.
And this is WMSC News. For your top story today, Ron DeSantis, governor of Florida, has decided to end his presidential primary campaign, and he has endorsed Trump in the process. In the early stages of the campaign, DeSantis had the lead over Trump in the primary polls, but in recent weeks, the numbers haven't looked well for DeSantis. This leaves the only two standing left for the primary are Donald Trump and Nikki Haley. In national news, lead singer Mary Weiss of famous 1960s pop group Shangri-Las has unfortunately passed away at the age of 75. Mary Weiss passed away on Friday in Palm Springs, California. As Rolling Stone reported first, no cause of death was given. Being an iconic group during the 60s, Weiss and the group were renowned for their tough demeanor that stood them out from many groups during that time. In New Jersey news, firefighters spun to action Sunday afternoon after an overwhelming overnight fire rekindled. The fire was revived at 2 p.m., 12 hours after the initial fire was snuffed out at Ray Place in Fairfield. Thankfully, the fire did not spread to the neighboring houses in the residential area, and there were no casualties nor injuries. Now to the weather. For today, expect some early sun today before the clouds come in the late afternoon. High of 39 with a low of 21. Stay warm today as best as you can. For tomorrow's forecast, expect cloudy skies with a high of 40 and a low of 32. This has been WMSC News. Back to you, Nina.
Thank you so much for that little update for me. And moving on to the world of sports where I really can't pay attention. James, you got my back. What's happening?
Good morning. My name is James Gregg, and this is your WMSC Sports Update. Starting off this morning's sports news, the NFC and AFC championships are set. The NFC championship will feature the Lions and the 49ers, both of whom finished the season with a 12-5 record. They also both decided their last playoff games by catching an interception in the final minutes to put the game away. The AFC championship will have the Lamar Jackson-led Ravens against the Patrick Mahomes-led Chiefs. The Ravens finished this season with a league-leading 13-4 record and have proven to be a tough team to beat. Nevertheless, these exciting matchups will take place starting next Saturday. Sliding over to the NBA, a blockbuster midseason trade went down, sending Raptors star Pascal Siakam to the Pacers in exchange for Bruce Brown, Jordan Nwora, 2 first-round picks, and a second-round pick. Adding Siakam into the mix to complement superstar guard Tyrese Halliburton and lockdown center Miles Turner has suddenly made this already scary Pacers team even scarier. The Pacers have been seeking competitiveness since the Paul George era, and since Pascal is most likely a one-year rental, they will be looking to see just how far they can push through the playoffs with this squad. Rounding it off with some MLB offseason updates, the Astros bullpen gets a huge bolster with the addition of Hader. Houston nabbed the superstar closer for 5 years, handing him a $95 million contract and a no-trade clause. This is frightening for other teams because the Astros already have an all-star closer in Ryan Presley, meaning they now have a very dangerous 1-2 punch in their bullpen. Over in the Bronx, the Yankees made one of their last offseason moves. After whiffing on Yoshinobu Yamamoto, the Yanks turned to Cubs all-star Marcus Stroman. While Stroman has been a very reliable pitcher throughout his career, he doesn't come without some baggage. Stroman is no stranger to off-the-field drama, and it will be interesting to see if he will thrive or collapse in the stressful New York setting. Finishing off this morning's sports news, some score updates from our local teams. The Nets lost to the Clippers 125-114. The Knicks beat the Raptors 126-100. The Devils lost to the Stars 6-2, and the Rangers beat the Ducks 5-2. As for Red Hawk updates, the women's basketball team is 7-11, and the men's basketball team is 12-6. My name is James Gregg, and this has been your WMSC Sports Update.
Thanks for that update. Now, guys, let's jump into it with Would You Rather. And in honor of it being January and snow is on the ground here at Montclair, this week's theme is winter. Are we ready?
Always.
Ready as always.
I need a resounding huzzah. Are we ready, guys?
Yes, chef.
I like that. I like that. All right, I guess I'll kick it off, guys. Would you rather go snow tubing for the day or go snowboarding for the day?
Considering I can't snowboard, I'm going with snow tubing.
This is gonna be fun.
Snowboarding.
So there was one time. So at my house, by my house, there's a golf course that has a big snow hill, and
You can't tube down a hill.
There was a ramp that was built in the snow. My friends sat. They had a really big snow tube. They both sat in it together and jumped over it and landed on each other. They were like out of it for like 5 days, and I was like, "What did you think was gonna happen?" I got video of it. You could hear like a thud. You could hear a thud sound.
Chris,
I have a similar snowboarding story. I have never been snowboarding in a long time.
what do you mean never?
I haven't been snowboarding in a while, but the one time I did, I was like maybe like 14, 15 or something. I don't know. It was quite a while ago. And It was in the Poconos, and we go, and I was just like learning how to snowboard, and I fell in a hole.
In a
It
hole.
was like a really big
It was
hole.
a trench.
Yes, it really was. It was crazy because I had to get like lifted out because I couldn't move either because it was like that. What the diameter was very small,
Made
my
it out.
but it
God.
was big enough for me to fit in.
You made
And
it out
so
of
I
the hole.
couldn't move, and I had my
made it
feet
out.
stuck to the snowboard because that's how you're like locked in.
Yeah.
And I fell. But I would do it again. I would do it again. I had fun from what I remember. Yeah.
So your answer is
My
rather
answer is
snowboard.
snowboarding.
I go snow tubing.
Yeah, I have no traumatic story to add along with mine, but I take snowboarding any day. I used to go a lot more when I was a little bit younger, but because we have like big snow, this place over here at American Dream, I go there every now and then, and yeah, snowboarding over snow tubing for sure.
Hashtag me too.
I've
never-
I've never done any of these. I'm more of a skier, but if I had to choose, snowboarding. I feel like you make it funny because I ski.
No,
No.
no. Everyone's looking at me like I just said I'm crazy.
Oh, you
Also-
did, but
I also go to big snow. That's what I'm saying.
Wait, is that what the place of American Tree was called?
Yes.
Yeah.
I've
Yeah.
never been there. I mean, I've been to the mall, but I've never been like skiing or snowboarding.
I saw. You can see like the inside of it. It's pretty cool.
Yeah, it's weird. You
huge.
could like see they got like the windows and stuff.
Yeah.
And it's crazy.
No, so I would do snowboarding because I feel like it looks cool.
I don't have too much of a traumatic experience. I would say
Too
I went.
much.
I've
Too much.
I've been to big snow a couple times, and the first time that I was there, like one of the guys tried like teaching me how to snowboard down the big hill, and I like flipped the whole way down. Like I can go straight and fast, but I can't turn or go slow.
Mm.
And like you need to learn how to do both those things before you really do go down a big hill. And I didn't, and like I almost like
Womp womp.
got hurt. Yeah.
So trial by
Um,
fire.
But I'd still go snowboarding.
No,
I don't know why you would go snow tubing.
I don't
You're
know.
like a little.
Is snow tubing just like a?
This is a
Now-
small child.
Now, here's another. Here's the next question. When you're about to do that, what part of the equipment would you rather wear for every day? Would you rather wear a winter hat every day or wear snow boots every day?
The easiest answer in the world, please. What you guys?
Yeah.
A boot, easily.
Yeah.
You know how many times I slip and fall outside? I need proper boots.
There's not. I mean, if you find a good-looking pair of snow boots, it's not hard to like make a normal outfit match with that.
Every day you'd rather wear winter boots than a winter hat.
I
Yeah.
can't wear
Oh,
hats.
picking winter hat in a
I mean,
second.
like, is it like every day?
Every day.
Like-
Would you rather wear a winter hat every day or wear snow boots?
Is it every day of
I think-
winter or every day of
Every day.
I think I'd
Like-
rather just wear a hat than boots every day.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You can
I would
figure
rather
boots.
wear
I'm
the
going-
boots.
I'm going.
Am I
I'm
in the
going with
minority
hat.
this time?
What's gonna
If it's like
What's
through the
snow boot-
winter, but like if it's through
Winter.
every day, I'd rather just wear a
What
hat.
snow boot's gonna help me when I'm going to the beach and it's 90 degrees out?
I can't deal with hat hair
What
every
if
day of
me-
my
that's
life.
what I'm
I
saying.
cannot.
I
There's
can't
no
wear
hat hair.
hats.
There's no hat
Yeah,
hair.
there's no hat hair if you never take it off.
So when I'm showering, I'm gonna have hat hair.
Oh,
When I'm indoors,
oh.
I have to wear hat
Then
hair.
that, yeah, that
Oh,
makes
yeah,
me
for-
even want to wear the snow boots.
Yeah.
For all those times that I'll be with you when you're showering, I'll be like, look at Danny's hat hair. Oh, crumbs.
Snow boots, man.
I would, yeah. Why would I not choose? Because then you like, what if you get itchy? You can't. take it
Yeah,
off.
your hair's gonna get so dry.
Yeah. What then?
Like, cut your feet off. You should wear boots for it.
But like,
I
I feel like wearing any article of clothing forever is just the worst thing
Yeah.
ever. Now that you think about it, you know what I mean? Because
Yeah.
like, regardless, if your feet get itchy, if your head gets
Oh
itchy,
my
like
god, yeah.
you just lose.
Yeah.
You just lose. But I would still pick the boots
100%.
you know what?
for
This-
short term.
I
For short
can't.
term.
I can't change your bad mind. I do
Yeah.
have a political question for you guys. However,
Mm.
Would you rather drink hot cocoa every night or eat ice cream every night?
I used to eat ice cream every night. I'm gonna go on record. I was a really when I was a small child, I would eat ice cream like every day. If my parents are listening, I hope that they can
Give me
vouch
of
for-
my sins.
But it was ridiculous.
What?
I'm going with ice cream
Ice cream. Okay.
Mm.
because I feel like when it's like warmer outside when if it's like if we're taking this to the summertime, you can't really drink hot chocolate. You can't.
What
But
about-
even if during the wintertime, sometimes you've had a long day, you get into your bed, you curl up, you get a pint of ice cream, you put something on the TV, and you just
What if we get a little liberal and add some marshmallows to that hot cocoa? Does it?
whoa, man.
Two left. Sorry, two left. Two left. Two left.
In this economy, come on, man.
Two left.
economy.
James,
So ice cream.
I'm taking ice cream.
I'm going hot chocolate
thank
because
you.
you could have like something else with it. You're not gonna have like
Mm.
a pint of ice cream and then like some like toast with it or something like that. You could have like hot chocolate and like
Even a hot
something.
chocolate with toast.
Me?
Who's not?
Who's
You never
not,
had
yeah.
hot cocoa?
No.
No, we're not never had
or like a nice like muffin.
We're
or
not.
like
We're not talking about hot.
or like a slice of cake or something.
Yeah.
We're not talking about hot chocolate. We're talking about hot cocoa. The difference. You know the difference? Hot chocolate's made with tap water. Hot cocoa is made with milk.
Wait, there's a difference?
Yeah. As the news director, I know this, guys.
Okay, we'll
I
take
know.
your word for it. Can we see your sources?
Nice argument, Senator. Would you like to back it up with my sources? I made it.
Yeah,
up.
my source. I made it up.
Trust me, bro.
My source. It's the vibes. Yeah, hot cocoa all the way. I agree with James 100%.
Voices in my head. Okay. Oh wow. This one is. Would you rather wear wet mittens or have to wear wet socks for a day?
I don't
All
want
for a day. This is obvious answer.
For
There's no obvious answer.
I'm going with wet mittens for one reason only. If you have wet socks, it's going to make your entire floor wet, and when you wake up in the next day, your floor is just going to be wet.
It's true.
And if you're lying in bed, your bed's going to be wet. Wherever you go, if you have mittens on, just put them in your pocket or something.
Dude, I don't think I could do a full day in my pockets.
Yeah, how are you gonna
Yeah.
eat food? Just like soggy food? Like if you have to pick it up?
I
But
didn't
you've
even
never used a
think
fork
about
before?
that.
What do you-
Oh,
How did you
Nah, you're right.
How did you just get rid of my knowledge of the existence
gonna
of
say-
forks?
Yeah, I was completely on board with James. He was like, "That's a good
Yeah, I was
point."
gonna say, what do you mean? What do you mean you didn't think about that? Just think a little bit about that. What about like, I don't know, like going to the bathroom or something like you know, get your mittens on. Like your mittens.
I don't know.
It's got to be wet socks.
I think I would still
What?
go with mittens.
Yeah,
You're going wet socks.
wet socks.
I think I'm going with the wet socks too. Yeah.
Ew. You said mittens as well, right?
No, so wet socks.
Oh my goodness. Yeah, I mean I'm mitten with you.
I'll
Oh, no,
mitt-
no, no, no,
I'll
I'd rather have
Wet
mittens.
mittens. Wet mittens.
I'd rather have the mint. Yeah.
Yeah.
So-called free thinker.
I'd rather have a wet floor. I'd rather have a wet floor than a wet sandwich. So
True.
Don't eat a sandwich for
You-
one day.
But
Yeah,
yeah,
I
I
ask
get
for a
like-
lot.
I mean, like you could just like make I don't know, like rice.
Extra.
rice.
You can use your phone.
It'll provide
Or,
extra.
like,
There's so much food that you can. It's one
Exactly.
day.
There's so many foods that you could eat.
It'll
that
provide extra
require-
flavor.
Or how am I gonna read a book? How am I gonna be on my phone?
wear shoes and
You
just
tell me you got to read a book every single day. You can't go one day without reading the book.
I like
Can't go
reading.
one day
When's the
without
last
your
time- when's the last
phone.
time you touched a book?
Yesterday.
Day before that?
I don't remember.
Yeah, exactly. That's like when you just pick up a new hobby and you start talking about it and you have like no evidence to back it up.
I can show you the freaking library I have in my house. I have a lot of books.
You got a library in your house?
Yeah, I have a lot of books.
You got like cards out, library cards?
I do for my town. Yeah.
Mm.
Is that a weird thing?
No, it's not a weird thing, but I have a question for you specifically.
Okay.
Would you rather live in an igloo for a month or a gingerbread house for a month?
Ooh, that gingerbread house.
Probably smell disgusting in there.
This probably smells great.
You just wait. You wake up. You wait. No, because you wake up. You don't.
It's
have,
the first of
you
the
don't
month.
have to go anywhere to get food. You just eat your house.
I knew you were gonna say something.
No, because he's right.
Decorations.
No, he's not right. What do you mean he's right?
You
By
just
the end of the
eat
month-
your house.
By the
Freeze?
end of the month, people live in igloos.
Will you
It's
have?
not
I know.
abnormal.
Will you have food, or is it like survival? Like we have to just survive without
life
food?
life is completely normal except you just live in an igloo.
Okay,
will the
but-
gingerbread walls have insulation?
Probably not.
Then I'm going with igloo.
Do I get to live with Gingy from Shrek?
No, dude.
Dang, that might be a deal breaker.
Exactly.
But like also like will it be hot in the
I don't know, regular temp. Guys, think of it. It's gonna be like 70.
But like the gingerbread, if the
Oh, the
gingerbread
igloo's
cooking
melted.
too hot, it'll start like folding and stuff.
Dude, people light fires in igloos. Guys, igloos are not freezing. Igloos are warm. They're insulated. They insulate the heat inside of it.
Bro, how?
I don't know. Let me get. Hey Siri, how do igloos work? I don't know how they work.
But see, a lot of people already live in igloos. I don't know anyone who's lived in a gingerbread house, so I gotta choose that one.
Could you imagine?
You
Yeah,
know somebody who's lived
No,
in an
I don't.
igloo?
That's why I'm saying I gotta
Imagine
choose it.
having wet floors in a gingerbread house.
Oh, oh God.
All right.
Okay. Here is. Oh, wow. Would you rather wear a swimsuit all winter long or a snowsuit all?
Oh my
You
God.
lose regardless.
Yeah.
Either way, I think you're literally dying. So
Yeah.
make it out.
You all know where I'm going.
Wait,
I don't know where you're
I
going.
have an idea,
Yeah.
Mr. Krabs. I have an idea. What the easy workaround is just stay inside
Go to Florida.
or that.
I'm going with the swimsuit all winter long. I'm going with that.
Oh, dude. Oh yeah, you wear short.
Yeah, I have pants on it. I
I get pants on.
but I'm wearing the swimsuit all winter long because I'm already built for it. So
Yeah.
why not?
What do you mean? You just your swimsuit pod? Is that what you said? Are you flexing on us right now? I'm already built for swimsuits all winter long.
Red Boy Summer 2024.
Let's go. Can we not phrase it like
Yeah, Danny knows. Danny knows about that.
Oh,
that?
Danny and I are ready.
I would go with swimsuit. I cannot stand to be sweating and dying. I'd rather just be cool and dead.
Yeah, I'm in that boat too. Just stay inside all winter.
Yeah.
Thank you guys for like completely ending the conversation. You guys just I heard a period. Tell you what though, I'm trying to find I wanted to, get ready for this animal interview that we have going. It raises the question, will we have a cat live on air?
Please.
I don't even want to act like we will. We won't. I wish I could tell you we would.
no.
Wish I could tell you we would. But we certainly won't. Or maybe we will. Who knows? All that and more right here on The Morning Buzz. We'll be right back right after this.
Ago, I believe it was this past year. And since then they've increased the options all around campus, including one at Freeman Dining Hall. And yeah, now me and Eli, we joined the club as freshmen last year and we became president. I mean, I became president and he became the vice president in 2023. And since then it's been a crazy ride.
Good for you guys. That sounds absolutely awesome. How do you think dietitians on campus are helping with like your whole mission? Do you feel like they help you guys at all? Like, do you talk to them?
Yeah, no, I mean, absolutely. As she was touching upon earlier, the vegan offerings at the school have absolutely exploded just in recent years. Just this year, actually. I mean, Freeman, which formerly had almost nothing, now has a thriving, practically exclusive vegan station. It's very easy to meet all of your dietary requirements. And it seems like they actually did put in a great deal of thought and effort to ensure a wide and varied variety of foods to ensure all requirements are met.
I'd like to add on that too really quickly. We attract a lot of dietetics majors into our club, and we love having them because I personally love to talk about nutrition and learning about it. And I think it's important to discuss plant-based nutrition when it comes to promoting animal welfare and such, because it's important to know that you can thrive and be absolutely healthy on a plant-based diet. And that's why I recommend the viewers of this show to watch these couple documentaries. One is called The Game Changers. The other is What the Health. And the third one is Forks Over Knives, as well as many others, but those are the top three I recommend.
I watched the Game Changers. I was just telling you, I watched it. It was great.
Watch those if you were interested, but listeners might not know what it means to be an animal activist. Can you describe the role of an animal activist on campus and like around the world?
Yeah, being an animal activist can affect your life in so many ways. On a daily basis, my main goal is just change my personal actions to live as cruelty-free as possible. So that means buying cruelty-free products for cosmetics, eating a plant-based diet, and I try to promote it in daily conversation and civil debate with people. I don't try to argue with people aggressively because I know that's not the right way to approach it. But we encourage people to use all their talents and such to promote animal rights in any way they can, whether it's making recipes, writing articles or blogs. Any talent helps.
Yeah, absolutely. And while we obviously do champion the cause of veganism in our club, we also have a variety of other ways that you can get involved locally, and just in general, how to help promote the welfare of animals in general.
What does being an animal activist, what does that mean to you?
To me, I suppose that just means that you have to recognize that you as a person have the power to create change and impact the lives and well-being and like just general existence of other creatures, and you have a moral responsibility and obligation to do your part to not only not intentionally inflict suffering on other sentient creatures, but to go out of your way to negate it.
As club leaders, how do you guys feel this organization helps and benefits students and the community here at Montclair?
Well, I would say it definitely provides a safe space for fellow veggies on campus. We like to come around and talk about our personal stories and such. And we even help other people, help them change their lifestyle. I've had people be inspired to become plant-based or to buy cruelty-free products. And it's really meaningful to make a difference in people's lives. Because like we said, we know that we can make a big impact as individuals. And as a club, we have an even bigger impact together.
Can you walk us through what one of your general body meetings would look like?
Yes, we like to discuss a new topic each week, whether it be related to the honey industry with bees, wildlife, ecosystem conservation, and all things animal related. And even we like to dive into topics relating to holidays, environmental protection. Right, Eli, you had a
Of course.
meeting on
Yeah,
ocean
indeed. Yeah,
prevention?
ocean welfare and well-being and sustainability. And also, we also like to try to take on the format of like open discussion. So it's not just one person standing in front and having the floor exclusively. Anybody's always welcome to share their 2 cents or their thoughts, or if they have any pertinent knowledge or information. And questions are encouraged, of course. It's very open, very low stress.
Are there any events that students can expect this upcoming semester?
None officially planned, but we certainly have a lot of ideas that we'd like to try to make a reality. And we want to have showings of various documentaries and films that promote the cause. We'd like to have events centered around food to showcase the availability and just how delicious like vegan and cruelty-free recipes can be. And if anybody has any recommendations, our club, we are always welcoming of new ideas.
And since we're in the month of January and you've posted that on Instagram, can you tell us what Veganuary is?
Yes, I'd love to tell you. So Veganuary is it's like a challenge, I guess you could say, for the month of January, where you can sign up to pledge to go plant-based essentially. And it's it takes only about 22 days to build a habit, which is why another challenge exists, another program called Challenge 22, which is just like Veganuary, except this one lasts for the whole month of January to set the new year on the right foot, essentially. And if you sign up online, you can get access to free coaching, advice, and nutrition advice too, I believe, from experts. And it can really help people who are new and don't have others around them to give them advice and coaching.
Do you have a message you would like to tell our listeners right now in regards to animal rights and sustainability?
Yes, I would like to say that you can make a difference, especially when it comes to the life of individual beings and the environmental footprint as well. People often consume at least one life form a day in the standard American diet. So that could equal to you saving 365 animals a year, essentially, or more. And the environmental footprint as well is massive. I believe it takes about 1,000 liters to produce a hamburger. What do you think, Eli?
I mean, I don't know. I know that it takes on average 16 kilograms of plant to produce 1 kilogram of beef. So
That too. Wait, I even said it wrong. It's like 1,000 gallons, gallons of water, and it's also like the amount of plant calories that go into producing animal calories, like animals in food form, actually reduces the amount of food in the world. So not only could you feed yourself healthily on a plant-based diet, but we could even feed the world as a whole and reduce world hunger for a
exactly,
growing
yeah.
population.
So to sort of add on to the point, I think a lot of people fall under the unfortunate misconception that they're ultimately powerless, that they're so drastically outnumbered by people who don't seem to care, that they just figure, why bother? But you really can have tangible, like even as an individual, you can have tangible, measurable, quantifiable difference on the world for the better. And I think it's kind of empowering to realize that.
What led to your empathy towards all animals and strong feelings about animal rights and veganism?
I think growing up, me and Eli probably both had a love for animals, just as most people do. I think most people are born into this world. We have like cats and dogs, or even we like to play with like random insects on the school's playground. It's just something that kids have a fascination for. So we just kind of reconnect to that empathy when it comes to animals that are typically seen as food, like chickens and cows. I remember one time I had my family raised a bunch of chickens, like a bunch of chicks that we hatched, I guess, like from an incubator, and they were our pets, and I saw them as pets, and at the same time I was eating chicken, so it was a strange, conflicting state of mind there that I overcame and reconnected my empathy to.
Yeah, I had a similar and lengthy journey as well. Just when I was little, of course, I adored animals as all children do. Dogs, cats, etc. And I recall I loved going to the zoo and whatnot and looking at all of the animals and the thought of injuring one. I mean, it was a horrific idea, but there's just such a disconnect. You don't really view them as equal or and I suppose one day I just came to the startling realization that my morals and my philosophies, they didn't actually, my principles differed from my actions. And I realized that I had to make a change and promote the cause.
I want to say something funny about zoos. Is that another message I could bring into the listeners is to boycott zoos, because I heard this quote that really describes it. Someone said, I used to go to the zoo because I love animals, but now I don't go because I love animals. Because zoos are animal prisons. That's why, just in case anyone doesn't know.
How do your ideas and feeling about animal rights manifest in your daily life?
For me, it affects a lot of the ways I think about the world and about living creatures. I used to, when you're on a road trip and you see cows out the window of the car or deer, I never thought about the mind inside those animals, that they think or feel just like I do. And now I see all life forms as just earthlings living on this planet alongside us. And we're all just trying to get by and be happy, and really connects me to the world in a spiritual way, I guess I see.
Absolutely. That's actually a really tremendous point. I think that when you don't operate under that mindset and that philosophy, the world is a much lonelier place. In that, it's you're very isolated. You only have the members of your own species. That's kind of all you consider to be like of moral value. But we live in a world with trillions upon trillions upon trillions of sentient beings, and to recognize them and for their beautiful distinctiveness, it's a very wonderful feeling.
Have you guys received any surprising responses or impressions or thoughts about your work at all?
I mean, I don't know if I'd go so far as to venture out to say that they're surprising, but certainly we've had mixed results. A lot of people who would dismiss our cause outright or judge us prematurely because of it, unfortunately, but also a tremendous amount of people who took genuine interest and passion and a desire to better learn and understand why we were doing what we did.
If students are interested in getting involved or learning more about animal welfare, where can they find more information?
Definitely follow us on Instagram, because we have all of our events and meetings posted on there. And then if you follow us, you could probably find the link to our group me or direct message us if you want that as well. join us on Engage, and yeah, just make sure to come to our meetings weekly, like our general body meetings. We love to have more people there.
Thank you guys so much for joining us. And as for the Morning Buzz, right here on WMSC Upper Montclair, we'll be right back after this.
I hope so. Yeah. That was
I-
such a fun
I
movie.
saw someone say that they want I'm Just Ken to get nominated, so they pull it at the awards, which I hope it does. But
I think it's
the craziest thing was when I turned on the Golden Globes for like 5 seconds. The best song category, there was 3 from Barbie.
Really?
really.
It was the Billie Eilish song,
Yeah.
I'm Just Ken, and Dance the Night Away.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Those are the 3
Yeah,
best songs.
but
of
it
the
was like
decade,
there were 6 songs and 3 of them were from one movie.
Yeah.
That's just
Crazy.
impressive.
Yeah.
I think,
I think
they're
one-
only
one
gonna
of
give
those
one,
songs-
though.
One of those songs is gonna win it. I think it's gonna be What Was I
It's
Made
gonna
For
be
by
Billie Eilish.
Yeah.
Like that song makes me cry. I'm sorry.
It's a great song,
makes me
but
You
and
cry?
if they
Yeah.
keep it at 1 nomination, you know what else I think deserves a nomination? Am I Dreaming from Spider-Man? That's such a great song.
Yeah.
And
Goosebumps.
do you think
every time.
that the Academy is going to like Spider-Man?
No. I mean, it won for.
Do I even love
I think
Spider-Man?
it's. I think
you
it's
like
because
Spider-Man?
You better.
I think it might not get. It might not get recognition. I think it'll still be up for like best animated picture.
Oh,
It
what?
won't get the recognition because it's the first part of a two-part
Yeah.
thing. That I don't know. Like I don't know because it doesn't really. It has an end of the movie, but
Right.
It's cliffhangers.
I feel like there's always this sort of stigma though on like animated movies.
Yeah,
They don't tend to receive the recognition that they deserve.
But-
And granted, a lot of hard work gets put into them.
I think though that might also go into it because there's rumors that the production for Into the Spider-Verse was not good, that a lot of people were being overworked for it.
Right.
So I think that's going to play huge factors
Right.
that it's not
Yeah.
nominated.
But I agree with Chris. That song is, oh my God, hits the soul.
But since as we move away from the awards, we have something that both of my grandmothers would like. This is one of their favorite actors. This is Hugh Jackman,
Oh yeah.
Wolverine himself.
Cool 3.
Hugh Jackman gets jacked. As the actor is getting ready to reprise his role as Wolverine in Marvel's Deadpool 3, he shares a video of himself working out on social media. The video shows Jackman doing some bicep curls in the gym. He wrote in his Instagram caption, "No days off except for tomorrow," ending it off with hashtag becoming Wolverine again. He also soundtracked the video with Rock and Roll by the Glitter Band, a popular workout tune. Jackman played Wolverine from 2000 to 2017 while also making a cameo in Deadpool in 2016.
I don't remember the cameo in the first movie.
You don't?
I don't.
Really?
And I just rewatched the movies because of the third one.
Maybe
I
it's your
don't know.
fault though.
I think I don't know.
What I love about Hugh Jackman is like he started off as like a big theater guy, right? Like that's his whole thing.
Yes, that's his thing.
And to see like how he's developed into this amazing actor that he is today, it's so interesting because like I think it was like Oklahoma,
The music.
yeah, the Music Man, yeah, exactly. He's just so even in Les Mis, even though it was a film, it's originally a
Yeah,
play.
he's in Greatest Showman too.
Yeah, Greatest Showman as well.
Yeah.
He's awesome. I love him.
I love him. He does good work.
Yeah.
I love everything that I've ever seen him in
Yeah.
except for The Music Man. Didn't love that.
Really?
Yeah, it felt too commercial.
Mm,
Like I could just feel that he's like a millionaire.
right.
But I'm just
But the
that's
Greatest
just
Showman
jealousy.
feels the same way.
Yeah, but that wasn't in real life. I wasn't looking at him envying him in real life.
Oh, that's not a movie. What is it?
The
it's-
Greatest Showman was a
it's on
No,
Broadway.
I'm talking about the.
oh sorry, The Music Man was a
Music Man.
Broadway musical.
Yeah.
Oh, I
It was
thought you were
2
talking
years
about the
ago.
movie.
Yeah. He
Last
well,
one.
Fun
yeah.
fact, he actually was in a video that my high school produced. He like came in and was like a side character. I can't tell you
A side
why.
character?
Yeah,
Hugh
yeah,
Jackman.
yeah. But this was like a long time ago.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, this wasn't like
He was
recent.
I was about to say.
But he wasn't like a nobody back then.
No,
was
but he was like starting out. He was like very young, but it wasn't like his prime, I'd say. It wasn't his peak.
I think he's in his prime right now.
I think
Oh,
it's
yeah.
always is. Yeah.
He's hot. Hugh Jackman's hot right now. Right here on the Guy Buzz. Hugh Jackman's hot.
the guy, but
Yeah,
says
baby.
Hugh Jackman.
Yeah, he's ripped, man. Like I'm so envious.
I can't do that.
This is shout out. I hope both of my grandmas are listening. This is their favorite. This is their guy.
As he
Let's
should,
give
as they
Hugh
should be.
Jackman
Yeah.
some
props.
He deserves it.
Absolutely.
We're talking about like how hot Hugh Jackman is. I know they're like
Say that again.
Yes. What?
Say
We're
it.
talking about how hot Hugh Jackman is.
How hot Hugh Jackman is.
Yeah, that's what we just said.
You think Hugh Jackman's hot?
Yeah.
Me too.
You got a problem?
Yeah. Oh boy. Who knows, guys? Give me 6 months in the gym, and I probably will not come anywhere near.
Yo,
I feel like you have potential.
Nino's
You can get
Wolverine.
there.
What'd you
Are
say?
you Wolverine?
Wolverine.
Okay.
Get him to play.
That was pretty accurate.
Never seen it.
Play Dak.
Never seen it.
You know, actually, yo, that would be a good casting.
What, me as Wolverine?
No, as Dakin, Wolverine's son. You
Is he
kind of look
also
like
hot or no?
I think you could do it.
Yeah, 100%.
I think
Oh.
I see it.
think you got that.
He's got that Wolverine in him.
Speaking of having that Wolverine in him, Valerie Bertinelli is cut from Kids Baking Championship.
How
After 12 seasons of being a host and judge on the popular Food Network show, Bertinelli will not be returning due to cuts at the network. She expressed her hurt feelings and disappointment on Instagram, as well as acknowledged her co-host, the crew, and future bakers on the show. Bertinelli and Duff Goldman have hosted the show together since 2015. The most recent season in 2022 of the show truly helped her get through a difficult time in her life as she was going through a divorce. This is not the first time Bertinelli has been cut. Her cooking show, Home Cooking, was canceled without explanation last year. And Food Network representatives have not commented on the cut yet. This is sad. I mean,
Yeah.
you're a loyal host for 12 years. You know what they do? They throw you out the window. They get ready
You're
to
a loyal host. You have to endure kids cooking. You know, that's probably about one step up from kid cuisine.
Wait, she made
Don't hate on kid cuisine.
I'm not. That like microwaved pudding.
Did she make that?
She might. What?
Oh, I thought you were talking about I thought you were saying that was like a fact.
No, I'm just saying. You had to probably. You could be hosting like a Gordon Ramsay, like, you know, Top Chef or something.
Mhm.
The kids' food is probably really good. It's better than anything I can make. I know how to
Probably not.
I know how to put an oven on and put chicken tenders in the oven. That's kind of the extent of mine, but you have to do that, and I think it's a little disrespectful.
That's showbiz, man. That's how it is, unfortunately.
They should. I've always wanted a show. I know what's the show? Oh, Master Chef Junior that Gordon Ramsay has.
Yeah.
Oh
I
yeah.
want him to be like Gordon Ramsay.
But he's so nice to them.
I know.
It's
It's
know,
crazy.
right?
It's crazy because you do that and then you watch one episode of Kitchen Nightmares and you're like, oh my, you know,
What are you?
and then like the greatest. This is my favorite moment in TV when he looked at someone during Kitchen Nightmares episode and said, "I have never met someone I believe in as little as you." The guy got so happy because he was like, "I've never met someone I believe in as much as you." You can see his smile light up, and then he just
ghost drops.
it's so funny, but
Man.
love cooking shows.
Yeah. You know, I don't mind cooking shows, but no, I mean, I don't like them. They're okay. They're not like great.
You don't like
I'm sorry, say it again.
I said you don't like cooking shows.
No, I just like the food though.
Dang.
And speaking of food, we'll be right back after the short break with some Taco Bell news. So stay tuned. Here we go again, right back to the Morning Buzz on 90.3 WMSC Upper Montclair, the voice of Montclair State. And I will deliver on my promise. It is Taco Bell news. Old Taco Bell receipts reaches fame. A TikTok video showing a 2012 Taco Bell receipt has gone viral. The social media video has almost 650,000 views, and some fans are not too happy about it. The user explains how she found this old receipt showing that she bought 2 beefy 5-layer burritos for $2.59. According to the fast food chain's online menu, just one of those burritos now cost $3 and almost 70 cents, not including the tax in 2024. One person commented, when I was in high school, the 7-layer burrito was 79 cents and tacos were 50 cents. Change, you can get so full. Change could get you so full. Oh, change, as in change, like coins, can get you so full. If you eat them now, they can get you.
I love eating coins.
Yum.
And of course, the prices at the fast food chain depends on where you live, according to the data shown. I mean, it's obviously inflation.
The thing is, listen, whatever.
True.
The inflation could go up. The quality of the food has just gone down. It's gone down at every fast food place,
Yeah, okay, no.
Except Five Guys.
except Five Guys.
And
I love
Wendy's.
Five Guys.
Wendy's. No,
But like
No,
the
Wendy's
qual-
definitely went
yeah,
down.
Wendy's went down.
I used to eat Wendy's
Like,
a lot.
the
the-
burger buns are like
the fall off of McDonald's from like 5 years ago. It's crazy.
McDonald's has kind of sort of kept a little steadier though,
McDonald's-
honestly.
Dude, I can't even. I hate people that are like, I don't do fast food. You eat fast food. You eat McDonald's. Ew, I love McDonald's. Like McDonald's. Well,
Yeah, no, I think that McDonald's is consistent enough to be.
They ruined the chicken sandwich. That's all I gotta say.
I'm not a huge chicken. The only place I'm getting a chicken sandwich from is like Chick-fil-A or Popeyes.
dude, which one?
Yeah.
You can't. No, you can't.
Oh, Popeyes is way better.
Thank you.
I think that Popeyes has the way.
Uh-oh. Just say your beliefs.
Okay, my
Say your
beliefs are that
beliefs.
like I just think the Popeyes chicken sandwich, I think it's good, but I think it's actually too much. Like I don't feel good after eating a Popeyes chicken
You're not
sandwich.
supposed to.
He learned about it.
It's $6 chicken sandwich.
I agree with James.
That's a mic. You agree with James?
Yeah.
You
It's
prefer
a-
Chick-fil-A over Popeyes?
Yeah, absolutely.
$6
100%.
Wait, it's a $6 chicken sandwich
To make you
from a
not
fast
feel
food
good.
place. Exactly. It's not supposed to.
But at least like
You're getting.
the Chick-fil-A one is like a better serving size. Like you eat and you're like, that was good.
Yep, 100%.
Okay, I can agree with that. I can get behind
Oh.
the serving size thing, but I'm not saying it's better. I'm not saying it's better. I don't really
When I
care
go for
about the
fast
serving
food,
size.
I don't look what's better for me. I look at what's better. Because
Me too, right?
there is still
I'm already-
rancid. There's still rancid stuff.
I'm
in
going through a
public health.
drive-through to get quote unquote a chicken sandwich.
Yeah.
That is literally called chicken sandwich. Like, come on, what am I ordering here, guys?
What am I ordering?
Can I get a chicken sandwich, but could you put pickles on it? Pickles and
You don't like
mayo?
pickles?
I do, but the first time I had one, I was like, I've never had chicken with pickles before.
Are you serious?
Yeah,
No,
that was
it's
my
not-
first
I
time
don't
eating
like. I don't
chicken
like.
with
It
pickles.
ruins it. Chicken with pickles ruins it.
Have you ever had Nashville hot chicken?
No.
Yeah.
And
I
yeah,
put
they
pickles
use
on it.
bread and pickles.
No, I said no. I don't know if you heard me.
Oh, you said yeah.
Okay, I'm the one that doesn't like.
But he also said that he's never had he doesn't eat chicken with pickles. I'm talking to both of you guys right
Whatever.
now.
You
I'm
guys
putting-
like dogs.
Yeah, let's
More of a cat person.
beat on.
We all love our dogs. We this is dude. We all love our dogs. We love when we see our dogs walking down the street, they're wagging their tails. But why? Research experts wrote a paper on this study in Biology Letters on tail wagging. The researchers looked at over 100 studies on why dogs wag their tails to come up with two hypotheses. One of many theories they found is called domesticated rhythm wagging. The theory explains how people Nino's dancing in the studio. Explains how people intentionally select dogs for breeding who wag their tails more than others. This may explain why dogs wag their tails frequently when they move around, when they are around people. The paper also says tail wagging can indicate positive emotions and convey information from dog to dog. I wish we had the
Oh,
I wish we had the animal activists to tell us about this.
I
Well,
love dogs.
I
I
could
miss
believe
my
you.
dog. Do you guys have dogs?
No.
Oh.
Thanks.
More of a cat person anyway.
Well,
That was a sad end.
Glad-
Yeah. Well, I have
Yeah.
I have a fun
It's
story.
the first buzz of the year, guys.
Give us. You have a happy story?
No, I,
About what? About
no, I said that.
Okay,
Oh, I'm
give
not
us-
happy,
give us-
but
give us-
funny story. So I used to work in editing full time, and to kind of pass by.
Sounds miserable.
Yeah, exactly. So to pass by the time, I actually put like a 8-hour loop of like what the dog doing, but it happens at random times just to make me laugh and feel joy. Yeah, exactly. That's it.
Well,
Guys, it's the first buzz of the year.
First of the month.
First semester. I'm sorry. First buzz of the semester.
This was a blast. This is my first time on Buzz, and I feel like we got a great crew here.
Welcome.
I think the
Thank you.
chemistry is
You just
is
say-
great.
4 straight semesters on Monday. 4 straight.
Nice. Claps for Tanner.
I have not slept well on a Monday in like 2 years.
and guess what? It's not starting anytime soon.
Yeah.
You can catch us next week at the same time, Monday, 7 a.m. sharp. We'll be here, but for the rest of the week, you can catch our other Morning Buzz crews on Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday. But until next week, see you there.